You want to talk about the 2025 budget estimates?
I want to talk about the process.
Okay.
I don't want to delve into the nitty-gritty of the budget. I'll leave that to the experts and the economists who will analyze whether or not this is a pro-poor budget.
We intend to do a lot of that next week.
Yes,
with Gambia Participates, whom you know very well.
Yes, I'm actually the chair of Gambia Participates.
Oh wow!
I'm the chairperson. So
I might just be dragging you back into the studio.
Yes, so we've done a lot of work in supporting the budgeting process, both the Ministry of Finance and the National Assembly, and we've done a very extensive analysis of the budget, and you'll be hearing more about our technical analysis of the budget, basically.
Okay, so what about the process do you want to discuss this morning?
I think the process is fundamentally flawed, and
flawed.
It's a violation of the Constitution.
Violation?
Yes, I think it is. This is a very flagrant, direct violation of the Constitution. The Constitution is very, very clear. Section 152, as amended by the Constitutional Amendment Act of 2023, stipulates that the budget should be presented 60 days before the end of the financial year. And there's no doubt that this budget was not presented 60 days before the end of the financial year, as you know. In fact, the Minister of Finance, apologize. And did mention that he was constrained. Fair enough from his point of view that he was constrained, and that therefore could not meet the deadline. And what actually shocked me is that the National Assembly took it upon itself through the Speaker and made a ruling saying that, notwithstanding the fact that the Constitution of the Republic is violated, their interpretation of the provision is that, well, there's no provision as to what should happen if you don't come on time. And using their standing order, the Speaker made the ruling that to allow the budget to be presented. And this is a constitutional requirement that mandates the President. The word is shall, it doesn't say may. It means that the President does not have a discretion. It says the President shall basically ask his minister to present the estimates. It doesn't give the President any room. And this is the Constitutional Republic. Can you imagine a constitutional provision is disregarded and a Speaker is ruling based on a standing order? What is a standing order? The internal regulation of the National Assembly is used to allow an unconstitutional process to go on. I think this is a very sad day for Gambia's democracy. We've come a long way, really come a long way. Yahya Jammeh changed our constitution 52 times. Back in the days, Yahya Jammeh can do whatever he wants by the constitution. Nobody really could do much about it. But in this Gambia today, these are exactly things that we fought against. It's not allowed. We are a country ruled by laws. These laws apply to each and everyone. Applies to the President, applies to Salieu Taal, applies to the National Assembly, applies to the executive, and applies to the judges. That's what the rule of law means. It means that laws must be applied, particularly the mother of all laws. The Constitution is inviolable. And I think, if I'm not wrong, this is the first time from 2017 when both arms of government together violated the Constitution. The executive violated the Constitution by bringing the estimates, outside the stipulated time frame of the Constitution, because they know this is a fact. This is written in black and white. And the National Assembly allowing that estimate to be tabled, knowing that the Constitution says it should be done in 60 days. And Peter, what is interesting? People should ask, why 60 days? I think Honorable Alajimbo tabled an amendment. It used to be 30 days, by the way.
Yeah. And in fact, the argument was used.
Yes.
That the Constitution still says 30 days.
No, it doesn't say. There's an amendment. There was amendment that.
Well, I had an argument.
No, that argument is not true, and I'll show you the fact. There's an amendment assented to by the President of the Republic. So that's it's law. The amendment is there. Amendment. And this was promoted, it was a private amendment bill, I believe, promoted by Honorable Olajimbo, and for a very good reason, to give the National Assembly more time to be able to scrutinize the budget, the estimates. Because remember, the budget is prepared by the executive. Now, the National Assembly is not a rubber stamp. Those days are gone.
Oh, it should not be.
It should not be. It ought not to be.
But of course, we see that everything that comes from the president with a certificate of urgency gets passed.
Easily. So, in good faith, I believe Honorable Mo promoted this private members bill, and they increased the time to give them from 30 days to 60 days, and this is law. It has the principal assent and the stamp. So clearly the law is very clear. It used to be 30, and now it's 60. Because even if you listen to the arguments in the debate, I mean, nobody argued that it's not 60. They just said that they just felt the need to dispense with this requirement because it wasn't expedient, because of expediency purposes. You just simply don't disregard the Constitution because you haven't got your act together or you could not present a budget estimate. I mean, this is pretty serious, Peter.
Okay. Is that all about the process that you have a problem with?
I mean,
what about the
the
pre-budget tabling consultations, especially with the public?
I mean, Peter, I don't. To be honest with you, I have not been active in that process, so I don't speak about things I don't know. I mean, for me, I'm very passionate about the rule of law. I mean, the process is as important as the actual engagement. So, for me, it's the fact that the law is very clear as to what should be done in black and white, in my opinion, and this is disregarded by the executive and the legislature. I think this erodes respect for the rule of law. These are the two institutions, particularly people we elect, who should really uphold the law. So I think this for me goes to the heart of our democracy, and I think it should be fixed. And I think, and of course, also, I mean, as you know, under the Constitution, citizens have a right to redress. Citizens can go to court and challenge the constitutionality of this estimate as presented.
Is that what you intend to do as an activist?
I wouldn't say that's what I intend to do. I'm just saying it's not off the table. I mean, for me, as a lawyer, if I'm instructed, obviously I'll take the case.
Instructed by who?
By a citizen, any citizen. I mean, Section 5.
If I give you the instruction now, would you?
I would not discuss my terms of engagement on live radio for sure. That's unethical. But I'm just saying that even as a citizen, I can even file the action. I'm just saying that the Section 5 of the Constitution enjoins citizens, they have the right to go to court and ask for declaration when an action or omission when you believe that action is contrary to the Constitution. And this is a clear-cut case where what is done is actually against the Constitution. In fact, the minister apologized for it, and they reprimanded him and said, this shouldn't happen again. But I think the import of this, I think, need to be understood by Gambians. This is how it starts. And this is not political, this is a fact, this Constitution. We must respect the Constitution. The Constitution is sacrosanct. You don't have a choice as to when and when not to apply the Constitution. For me, that's the message.